Hey, so this is probably not going to be the happiest entry. I think my depression's been kicking up lately due to a lot of stress with scholarship applications and kind of just life in general. I don't know where all my time goes. Like, I don't actually spend all that much time hanging out with people or like playing games, like partying or anything like that. The social life that I do have is essentially to maintain my mental stability. Um, it's in ways kind of minimal. Like maybe every other week I might go and party or something. Like it's not, and it's like not even like partying. It's not like bar crawl or hit up, a bunch of places, get drunk. It's like a little social gathering with friends and um, maybe there's drinking, maybe there's not, but literally it's just like a small get together. And like that's something that is almost required for my mental well-being. It's like helping me keep my sanity and not delve into a deep depression. But regardless of doing that, it's like I have so little time. I have so much shit to do. And it's overwhelming in a lot of ways. Because I spend a lot of time working on things that I need to be working on. I do my homework. I get things done on time. I finish my projects, but it's just like I have so little time to do everything that I need to do. Like I am sacrificing project time so that I can work on scholarships and my applications, and I haven't been able to work on my online class at all this semester because I'm so busy with projects and studying abroad and trying to maintain my mental stability. I haven't been able to draw as much because of my other classes. I'm just so swamped. Like, I thought this was going to be a great semester, and it really, like, it is a great semester. I am learning so much, and it is very beneficial, but it's so demanding and exhausting and insane. So like the stress has just been building up and building up and building up, and in ways like, especially when it comes to my network of support in Iowa, I feel like there's no one to really talk to about that, and that's kind of my fault because I don't like to reach out and complain to people that much anymore because they don't really care, or they're too busy to listen, or just, whatever the situation may be. Um, but yeah, so it's just kind of really, it's been getting to me, and I don't know how to cope with it any differently than I already am. And that has been building up, and it's been triggering a slow but certain depression, which I think is now kind of hitting me. Motivation is definitely sinking due to being overwhelmed. And yeah. It also doesn't help that I've been thinking about what going abroad is gonna do for whatever Randy and I have going on. That's not pleasant. And then, so yesterday night, yesterday I called into work, and today I called into work, which is so bad because I only work weekends anyway, for the most part, other than like Monday, so I'm like fucking myself over in a way. But it's just like scholarships and applications and projects and just all the shit that I have to do. It's like school is more important. It definitely is. God, it really sucks not making money. It really sucks that my parents aren't in necessarily a really good financial spot right now. It's a really bad time. So, yeah. I mean, I know if I talked to my mom about this, she would tell me to put school first. She would probably encourage me to quit my job or whatever. And I just can't do that. Not like I don't even make that much money, but it's so nice to have a job. It's so nice to not depend on my mom and dad for literally everything. They help me a lot, but I can't. Fortunately, I've gotten my tax return, I've gotten my disbursement from school, I've got a job, so I haven't had to rely that much on my parents. But it's just it's painfully exhausting to be independent. Which I'm not even fully independent, so it's kind of like, can I even really say that? But I'm going to say that I can because I do take care of my bills. I do take care of myself and everything like that. And I really try not to rely that much on my parents. It's nice to have people that will help you out. That's what family is for sometimes. But I can't just rely on them. Yeah. So yesterday, there was a little get-together at Randy's friend Jacob at his place. And basically like the D&D party was there. There was Randy and Brandon, Amelia, who's Jacob's girlfriend, and she's wonderful. I adore her. And Jacob, obviously, because he was the host, and Alan. And then later on, this girl, Amanda, joined us. And she's not part of the D&D group, but, like, you know, they're all friends and all that good stuff. But yeah, so it was a nice small get-together. They played poker for a little bit. Everyone had drinks. I had a melon ball for the first time, and that was delicious. I loved it. And then I had a glass of Riesling. So it's like, it's not like I got trashed. It's not like I was partying really hard or anything. After they played poker, we all played Cards Against Humanity, and it was just a fun, relaxing time. Randy and I left before midnight. Like, it wasn't ridiculous or anything. And I'm not, like, I consider something like that as healthy, as good for me. Like, I should be doing this type of stuff, especially, like, all work and no play will make Emily a crazy bitch. That is what's gonna happen if I don't allow myself to just have fun and relax and unwind and be in good company. So, yeah. But while we were at the little get-together, I don't know how this came up exactly, but they started talking about some of their friends. That, like, I've met these people and I've hung out with them once or twice, but, like, they're not my friends, per se, even though we are Facebook friends. Anyway, but they started talking about these two girls. And these two girls are both in relationships with other people. They were talking about, like, how attractive they were and stuff like that. And I have really, I guess, low self-esteem, which, contrary to, like, a vlog a couple weeks ago, like, when people were telling me I was pretty and shit like that, like, I don't actually think, like, it's not about my physical appearance that I'm, like, super low self-esteem about. It's, like, me as a person. Okay, it's not that I don't think I'm pretty, because I do think I'm relatively attractive. I'm pretty enough to, like, attract average people at the very least. Like, I'm pretty enough where I know that just based on my appearance, I don't have to be alone forever. Like, okay. But that's not the issue. The issue is, I don't think that I, as a person, as a human being, as something that has a personality and intelligence and all that stuff, I don't think me as a collective is attractive. Or I, as a collective, am attractive. And I mean, that's just me being honest. That's not me fishing for compliments or anything. It's partially because I surround myself with people that are highly talented and like have very interesting stories and lives and are like the complete opposite of boring. I surround myself with pretty inspirational people or pretty outstanding people. Um, my company is typically far above average. I do not hang out with low tier or mid tier, even like typical self absorbed people for the most part. My company is college intellectuals. My company is creative and socially aware and politically aware, academically brilliant, aspiring. There's just like my company is like pretty up there, okay? And this is how it was in high school too. I was an honors student and my peers were honors students and athletics and just like I've never surrounded myself with average people doing average things. So it's natural in a way for me to feel like I don't meet those interesting standards that I surround myself with. Academically I do okay, creatively I do okay. Like I'm the average and all of my friends are like way up there in my opinion because that's the level of integrity I hold myself to. If I'm going to be selective of who I have around me, I'm going to make sure that the people I have around me are good influences, are benefiting me in some way or another, whether it's by being interesting, by being intellectual, by being creative, by being physically active, whatever it is that people that's drawing me to someone, it's going to be something that separates them from what I would consider average and boring. Which is, it's great. I like that. It just when I get depressed, especially, it's really hard for me to appreciate myself. And see that I'm not a boring person, that I am interesting, that I am intelligent, as I fumble on the word. It's really hard for me to recognize that I could be someone I would want to be around. Which is also conflicting with other video posts that I have made, considering I've, said I'm the friend that I would like to have. But I mean that really in the sense of support. I'm the supportive friend that I would like to have. I am the one that listens. I'm the one that responds. I'm the one that goes out of my way to make people feel better, to give them company, and like all that stuff. And that is something that I'm proud of. But I don't think that like makes me an interesting person. It makes me a nice person and a good person, but not necessarily an interesting person or someone that's not boring. So that's kind of what I mean by like I'm the friend that I would like to have. It's just primarily in the sense of I'm not someone that's just going to abandon you. I'm not going to make you be alone. I'll give you the company and I'll give you an ear at the very least. I'll occasionally try to give you advice if I can. I'm, but yeah. So yesterday's conversation about these two women was just discouraging in a way, because they were talking about like how attractive these two girls are, and like it's interesting because Jacob and Amelia have been dating for like 7 years, very committed, very monogamous. So like, I mean, he was saying these same things too, and Amelia was like, do you find these women attractive and stuff like that, and they were talking about it. And Brandon has been seeing Elise for about 2 months. Like, literally, they started seeing each other at the same time Randy and I started seeing each other. I think Randy and I are moving at a slower pace, and that's a good thing. It's really interesting because Brandon calls Elise his girlfriend. However, on Facebook, they are not in a relationship. So, and like they're actually listed as single. So I'm very interested in that like choice because Brandon's on Facebook enough where like that can just change, not a problem. Like it doesn't take that much effort to change your status. But I'm just interested in what and why that is. Like, is it just because they don't feel the need to put it on Facebook? Is it because they're hiding it in a way from someone? Even though that's like, it would have to be someone at a distance, and that just doesn't make any sense either. I'm just curious. Like, you don't have to put your whole life on Facebook, but saying you're single on Facebook and then having a girlfriend is, interesting. So yeah, I'm just curious, but it's not like a big deal, obviously. They are adorable together. I really appreciate them. They're great people. Individually and as, like, together, they complement each other very well, too. So, it's great. But Elise wasn't there. But, I mean, Brandon wasn't actually talking that much that I can remember when it came to, like, the attractiveness of people. I think he was out for a smoke, even. But yeah. Alan, I don't know if Alan's in a relationship or anything like that, but he wasn't talking too much about that either. Whatever. But Randy was, and it was just really, it did make me uncomfortable, to be totally honest. Like, I just became quiet, honestly, because I didn't have anything good to really say. I really didn't have anything I wanted to say about that situation. Because it's just like, I'm probably pretty new to the group. These are not my friends. I have known Randy probably for less time than all of these other people. And, I mean, yeah, I'm insecure in that dynamic. And what really gets to me is, like, because of my insecurity of being a boring person, and I mean, yeah, I'm pretty enough, but like, there are prettier people and all that stuff. I totally acknowledge that. But like, in my insecurity, I feel like there is nothing so significant about me that is enough to keep someone. Or enough to captivate someone, enough to fall in love with, in a way. I feel like sometimes I'm the best choice of what's available, but not the best choice, period. And that is not something I like to feel like when it comes to relationships and having a partner or a significant other. It's like, I don't want to just be the person that's good enough to be with and spend time with. I want to be more than that to someone. And I mean, when I was dating Matt at the beginning of our relationship, it felt like that because I wasn't really his type. At the time, like, I didn't have any tattoos. I hadn't ever dyed my hair, and I was just pretty typical, average and normal. I didn't feel like I was captivating enough. I felt like I was just someone that was worth settling for, But I don't want to be that person that's just worth settling for. I don't want to. Yeah. But yeah, when Matt and I were a new couple, that was something I talked a lot about in therapy and wrote about a lot because I was so insecure about it. I was so insecure that he would leave me for someone that was more tattooed or more modified physically, because he liked the whole dyed hair and multiple piercings and tattoos, like all that stuff. And that's not me. I mean, yeah, I have tattoos now, but I've always loved tattoos, and yeah, I have piercings and all, but it was just like, at the time, it was really hard to feel like he actually liked me and wasn't just settling because maybe people like that were out of his reach. And I mean, he had told me like he had a marriage pact with one of his good friends, and like they were never single at the same time, so like timing was always wrong, and it's just like it always made me feel like I was a stand-in or just something temporary. And obviously I was temporary because we broke up, and that was like my choice though. That was another thing. So like I don't know. People get comfortable with me, and that's nice. But I want to feel I want someone to be enthralled by me. I want to be interesting to somebody. And so I feel like with Randy, it's like, so these two women have been in relationships for probably a while, maybe a couple years or so. A while. I just feel like a stand-in. I feel like something very temporary. And I mean, I had acknowledged that whatever he and I have, it may be temporary, but it's one thing for it to feel temporary because of future circumstances, of future distance, and those types of obstacles. And it's another thing for it to feel temporary because I'm just a stand in while he waits for something better. So part of me just wants to tell him that we should probably stop seeing each other, and the other part just says I'm being paranoid, depressed, and also I just started my period, so it's like you're just being irrational, Emily. These insecurities and fears have no ground, but that doesn't make it feel any different. I wish it did. I think I should stop right now. So